In a world that constantly demands more action, more results, more control, it's easy to believe that success comes from meticulously managing every aspect of our journey. But the truth is, some of the greatest breakthroughs happen not when we're holding tight to the reins, but when we let go and allow the process to guide us. In today's video, we're diving into one of the most challenging yet powerful truths in personal growth: the importance of letting go of control and trusting the journey. You'll learn why relinquishing the need to control everything can actually set you free and bring you closer to your goals than you ever imagined. Patience is often seen as a passive virtue, something you simply wait for. But in reality, patience is one of the most powerful and active tools you can wield in your pursuit of success. It's the quiet strength that allows you to continue when others quit, to keep going when the rewards seem far out of reach. Patience isn't about idly sitting back, hoping things will fall into place. It's about having the discipline to endure, to persist, and to keep your focus on the end goal, even when the journey is long, difficult, and uncertain. In today's world, we've become obsessed with instant gratification. We want success right now. The idea of working for months or even years with no immediate payoff feels counterintuitive to the hustle mentality that's so prevalent in our culture. But the truth is, success that is rushed is rarely built on a solid foundation. Patience allows you to develop not just your skills, but your character. It teaches you how to handle setbacks, how to stay grounded in moments of uncertainty, and how to remain focused even when the world around you seems chaotic. Every failure you experience along the way is not a sign that you're on the wrong path. It's a part of the process of growth. It's teaching you resilience, it's refining your approach, and it's shaping you into the person who is capable of handling the success you're striving for. The most successful people didn't get to where they are by taking shortcuts or hoping for overnight results. They got there by staying patient with their progress, consistently showing up even when they couldn't see immediate rewards. When you understand the power of patience, you realize that each small effort compounds over time, building something much greater than you could achieve with a rushed, frantic approach. Just like a tree doesn't grow overnight, neither does success. The roots must first take hold before the branches can stretch out and bear fruit. Patience teaches you to trust that growth takes time, and that every little action you take, no matter how insignificant it may seem in the moment, is building towards something bigger. There's power in understanding that not everything happens on your timeline. The world isn't waiting for you to catch up, but that doesn't mean you're behind. It means you're on your own path, unfolding at your own pace. What may seem like a delay today could very well be the space you need to develop the strength, clarity, and knowledge to succeed tomorrow. Patience frees you from the pressure to constantly chase and rush toward the next thing. It helps you remain focused on the process rather than the destination, allowing you to find peace in the present moment while still working toward your future. Success requires more than just talent, ambition, and hard work. It requires the strength to endure the hardships and setbacks along the way. The power of patience lies in the ability to stay the course, even when the path is unclear, and trust that your efforts will lead to the success you've worked for. When you have patience, you trust the process, knowing that every step, even the slow ones, are taking you closer to your goal. In a world that glorifies speed and instant results, we often overlook one of the most powerful truths in personal development. Growth happens in the waiting. We've all been there, feeling like we're stuck in a holding pattern, working hard without seeing the immediate rewards. It's easy to become frustrated, to think that nothing is happening or that we're falling behind. But the truth is, it's precisely during those moments of waiting that the most important growth occurs. While we're focused on the end goal, on the result, the process itself is quietly shaping us, molding our character, our mindset, and our strength in ways we often don't recognize at the time. Waiting is not about sitting still and doing nothing. It's about preparation, resilience, and persistence. When we're in the waiting phase, we're often learning lessons that we wouldn't be able to grasp in the rush to succeed. The patience we develop, the humility we cultivate, and the emotional strength we gain in these periods are not just necessary. They are essential. In these moments, we are building the foundation upon which our future success will stand. If we skip the waiting, we would miss the lessons that come with it, and when success finally arrives, we might not have the strength or wisdom to handle it. Think about the process of growing a plant. In the beginning, there's no visible progress. The seed is buried in the soil, and you might wonder if it's even growing at all. But beneath the surface, roots are taking hold, expanding, and strengthening the plant for the day it will finally break through the earth and rise to the light. Similarly, during periods of waiting in our own lives, we might not see the results immediately, but we are undergoing an internal transformation. Our skills are sharpening, our minds are expanding, and our resilience is building. We are developing the patience and character necessary for when the time comes to step into the success we desire. The waiting period is also where we learn how to deal with uncertainty. We often want immediate answers, but the truth is, we can't control when things will happen. We have to trust the timing of life, knowing that everything will unfold as it's meant to. The ability to sit with uncertainty and keep moving forward anyway is a skill that only develops in the waiting. Every day spent in this phase is an opportunity to develop the emotional stamina to deal with setbacks, doubt, and the unpredictability of life. The more comfortable we become in the waiting, the better prepared we are for whatever comes next. Growth in the waiting also teaches us to appreciate the journey rather than fixating solely on the destination. So often, we focus on the prize, the end goal, the big win, but it's the waiting, the grind, the setbacks, the struggles, that shapes who we are and what we will ultimately become. It's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture in the hustle for instant results, but true growth comes from enduring the process. It's in those quiet, seemingly uneventful moments that we're being sculpted into the person who is capable of handling the success we're working toward. When you learn to embrace the waiting, you begin to appreciate the process itself, and you realize that this is where real transformation happens. One of the most difficult yet necessary aspects of success is the ability to trust what you can't see. We live in a world where everything is measured, tracked, and instantly visible. We expect immediate feedback and tangible results, and when we don't see those results right away, doubt creeps in. But real growth, true success, and even the most meaningful changes in life don't always happen in ways we can see or quantify in the moment. Trusting what you can't see means having faith in the process, even when there's no immediate proof of your progress. Imagine planting a seed, you bury it in the ground, and for weeks, maybe months, nothing seems to happen. There's no visible sign of growth. It just seems like a tiny, lifeless seed in the soil. But beneath the surface, the seed is developing roots, strengthening its foundation, and preparing to break through the earth. In this waiting period, the growth is happening out of sight. The same is true for us. When you're working hard toward a goal and not seeing the results right away, it's easy to assume that your efforts are in vain. But just because you can't see the progress doesn't mean it's not happening. Trusting what you can't see requires patience, resilience, and a belief that every action you take today is creating a foundation for your future success. This principle is especially critical when dealing with challenges, setbacks, and uncertainty. Life often unfolds in unpredictable ways, and there will be times when things don't go according to plan. You might put in hours of effort, follow all the right steps, and still face rejection or failure. In these moments, it's tempting to question everything, wondering if all your efforts have been wasted, or if you'll ever see the success you're working toward. But trusting what you can't see means recognizing that sometimes the work you're doing today is setting you up for something bigger, even if you can't yet see the outcome. The lessons you're learning, the strength you're building, and the connections you're making are all part of a bigger plan that will eventually reveal itself. There's an element of faith involved when you trust what you can't see. It's about believing in the unseen, the unknown. The universe doesn't always deliver on your timeline, and your goals don't always unfold in the way you expect them to. But trust in the process, trust in the journey, and trust that what is meant for you will come in due time. It's about staying grounded in the belief that everything happens for a reason, even when the reasoning isn't clear to you. When you trust what you can't see, you learn to detach yourself from the need for constant validation and instead focus on the long-term vision. Every successful person, every breakthrough moment, has a period where they had to rely on faith, on things unseen. Whether it's a business that takes years to build, a dream that requires sacrifice and persistence, or a personal transformation that takes time, trust in the invisible process is what keeps you going when the path seems unclear. Trust that the work you're putting in today is moving you closer to your goal, even if the results aren't immediately apparent. Trust that the unseen forces, whether they're opportunities, experiences, or connections, are aligning to bring you exactly what you need when the time is right. True growth and success rarely come from staying in your comfort zone. In fact, discomfort is one of the most essential ingredients in any breakthrough. The reason so many people remain stuck or fall short of their potential is because they avoid discomfort at all costs. They resist challenge, fear failure, and shrink away from anything that feels difficult. But the reality is that every significant breakthrough in life comes only after pushing through some form of discomfort. Whether it's physical, emotional, or mental, discomfort is not a sign that something is going wrong. It's often a signal that something great is on the horizon. Think about physical training. No one gets stronger without pushing their muscles past their comfort limits. Every time you work out, you experience discomfort, the burn, the fatigue, the struggle, but that discomfort is what forces your muscles to adapt and grow. The same principle applies to life. The discomfort you face in business, in relationships, in personal development, these challenges are the weight you need to push against in order to grow stronger. Without discomfort, there is no progress. Without that moment of resistance, there is no expansion. It's in the moments where you feel like giving up that you're actually closest to the breakthrough. The discomfort you experience during challenging times is often a sign that you are stepping into a new level of growth. It's natural to want to avoid struggle, but every moment of difficulty is a chance for you to refine yourself, to evolve. When you push through discomfort, you break through limitations, not just external ones, but internal ones. You confront your fears, your doubts, and your weaknesses. You find out what you're truly made of when you refuse to quit, even when everything inside you is screaming to stop. Each time you step into discomfort, you build resilience, expand your capacity, and become more capable of handling future challenges. There's a powerful truth that many successful people understand. The moment you feel most uncomfortable is often the moment you're closest to your breakthrough. It's in those times when nothing seems to be going right, when you're overwhelmed, exhausted, and unsure, that the seeds of success are being planted. The discomfort you feel is the process of growth. It's the shifting of your mindset. It's the stretching of your capabilities. And just like how a seed must crack open and push through the soil to grow into a strong tree, you too must break through your own barriers to rise into the person you are meant to become. The key is to embrace the discomfort. Instead of running from it, lean into it. Don't shy away from the hard work, the long nights, the sacrifices. It's all part of the process. Understand that each uncomfortable moment is building your strength, preparing you for the breakthrough that's just around the corner. Every challenge you overcome, every setback you push through, is a step closer to your goal. The discomfort you feel now is a temporary state. What comes after it, when you finally break through, is the victory, the success, and the fulfillment you've been striving for. Success isn't just about talent, hard work, or even determination. Timing plays a crucial role in the equation. The most successful people know this truth. It's not always about doing the right things, but doing them at the right time. Timing can make the difference between a dream coming to fruition and a missed opportunity. There are countless examples of people who worked tirelessly, put in the effort, and were ready for success. But the key to their breakthrough was the alignment of their efforts with the perfect moment. Timing is the secret ingredient that turns effort into achievement. The importance of timing becomes clear when you think about how many successful ventures, ideas, or careers didn't take off right away, even though the foundation was in place. Imagine a business that launches before the market is ready, or a product that arrives before the world knows it needs it. In both cases, the timing is simply wrong. The work and vision might be there, but until the world is ready to receive it, no amount of effort can push it through. Timing gives your hard work the right platform to succeed. It ensures that your efforts meet the right opportunity and that the world is in the right place to receive what you're offering. This concept applies not only to big businesses and careers, but also to personal development. Often, individuals try to force growth, rushing through their own transformation, expecting immediate results. But true change takes time, and it happens when you're ready, not when you're rushing to get there. You may think you're prepared for success, but if your mindset or skill set hasn't fully matured, the opportunities that come your way may not be as fruitful as they could be. Timing in personal growth means knowing that each stage of your development has its own purpose, and that rushing ahead or trying to skip steps may ultimately hinder the progress you're meant to make. Moreover, understanding the power of timing means recognizing that the universe or life itself often works on its own schedule. We can plan, we can hustle, we can act, but there are moments that require patience and trust. Sometimes the best move is to hold back, wait, and allow the pieces to fall into place. This is where faith comes in, the faith that the right opportunity will come when you've built the foundation and honed your skills. It's about trusting that the timing will align with your growth, and when it does, you'll be in the perfect position to capitalize on it. The concept of timing is also crucial when it comes to taking risks. Timing allows you to discern when to push forward and when to pull back. It gives you the clarity to know when to act and when to wait. Taking risks at the wrong time can lead to failure, while taking calculated risks at the right time can propel you toward success. Those who understand timing know that sometimes the best move is to wait, not because they're afraid to act, but because they know that the right time will come. The beauty of timing is that it works behind the scenes, often unbeknownst to us. But the most successful people have learned how to harness its power, blending their preparation with the opportunities that present themselves at just the right moment. In life, one of the hardest things to do is to relinquish control. We are often taught to take charge, to plan, and to shape our own destiny. While initiative and drive are important, there comes a point where constantly trying to control every outcome can actually hinder our progress. Letting go of control and allowing the process to lead is one of the most freeing yet challenging steps toward true success. It's about trusting that the path you are on will unfold in its own time, even if it's not going according to your exact blueprint. When we're in the thick of building something meaningful, whether it's a business, a career, or personal growth, it's natural to want to control every detail. We want to dictate every outcome, to force things to happen, to micromanage the process. But this need for control often comes from fear. The fear that things won't work out unless we hold on tight, that we must keep everything in check to make sure it succeeds. The irony is that the more tightly we grip, the more we risk stifling the growth, creativity, and opportunities that come from allowing things to evolve naturally. Sometimes the best way forward is to step back. By releasing the need to control, you create space for the process to reveal itself. Life's greatest opportunities often come in unexpected forms, and the lessons that shape us are not always the ones we planned for. Letting go of control allows us to be open to those lessons, to see the bigger picture, and to trust that everything is unfolding as it should. In doing so, we begin to embrace the flow of life rather than constantly fighting against it. Trusting the process doesn't mean passivity. It means actively choosing to align with the journey, to do the necessary work, but without the obsession over outcomes. It's about taking each step with purpose and commitment, but allowing the results to come in their own time. When you let go of control, you stop worrying about every minor setback, and you start focusing on what's in your hands, your effort, your attitude, and your persistence. You trust that, by staying committed to the process, the right outcomes will materialize when the time is right. Letting go of control also allows you to move through life with less anxiety. The pressure of always needing to have everything figured out can weigh heavily on you. By surrendering the need to control everything, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and allow yourself to enjoy the journey. Instead of constantly pushing against obstacles or trying to force your vision, you learn to work with what is given to you, adjusting your approach as needed, rather than trying to control every element of it. The process, when trusted, has a way of leading you to exactly where you need to be. It may not always look like what you envisioned at the start, but the twists and turns along the way often reveal a more profound version of success than you could have anticipated. Letting go of control and surrendering to the process doesn't mean giving up on your goals. It means relinquishing the false belief that you can control every outcome and instead trusting that your consistent efforts, combined with the flow of life, will bring you to where you are meant to be. Letting go of control doesn't mean giving up on your dreams. It means trusting that the path you're on is leading you exactly where you need to go. The process might not always unfold in the way you expected, but when you surrender the need to micromanage every outcome, you make space for growth, opportunities, and unexpected success. So take a step back, trust the process, and let it lead you to something greater. Remember, sometimes the best way forward is to release the grip and allow the journey to unfold. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to embrace the process. You'll be amazed at what it brings.